Hey guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out Devin Brown. Devin Brown sent me this story and it's going viral. It's really disturbing. It's coming from outrageous ass Ohio. It's about a 22-year-old young man. His name is Jonathan Crawford III. And basically he was at a Walmart. Somebody, another shopper, decided to call 911 and say that there was a black man about 6 foot tall walking around with a gun pointing at people. So the police get there and he was not pointing the gun. He was on the phone with his baby's mother, and she said that all of a sudden she heard the police come up and he was telling the police that they told him to get on the ground, and he yelled to the police that it's not real. And then she said the next thing she heard was him being shot, and then her baby's father, he just started crying, and he eventually died. This was August 5th. So it's been causing a lot of controversy. A lot of folks are saying, once again, these police are rogue. They're not asking any questions. They're just going in and shooting. I want to go ahead and play you guys this news clip really quick. I want you guys to check this out, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
That everyone see it.
And today, both Crawford's family and Mike DeWine held news conferences nearly simultaneously to plead their respective cases.
Now 5, Marsha Bonhart with the family's request.
Well, concern today from the family of John Crawford III. Attorneys Michael Wright and Richard Schulte say they want to see the entire surveillance video of the day Crawford was shot and killed by Beavercreek police. Today, they describe what was shown to them by Ohio's Attorney General Mike DeWine. Attorney Michael Wright says the Walmart video surveillance shows the last few minutes of John Crawford's life before he was shot by Beavercreek police. According to Wright, in the video, Crawford was seen leaning on a BB gun with the barrel pointed at the floor, talking on the phone, not inducing panic.
The tape we saw several shoppers walk by John, look at merchandise in the same aisle with John, including Angela Williams and her children, and they were completely indifferent as to John's presence. No shopper showed any concern about John's presence that we were shown on tape by the Attorney General.
Wright included the name of Angela Williams of Fairborn as one of the Walmart shoppers because after hearing the police gunshots, Ms. Williams tried to reach her children in the store. She suffered a medical condition, dying later at a hospital.
The video shows that John made no aggressive movements toward the police, and he was shot almost immediately upon their arrival.
Have you questioned the 911 caller at all?
We have not questioned the 911 caller.
Is there any way that you would know why he said that John was pointing and waving the gun?
There's a gentleman walking around with a gun in the store.
Is he got it pulled out?
Yeah, he's like pointing at people.
What does he look like?
He's a black male, probably about 6 foot tall.
We have no idea what this 911 caller was viewed. The video that we were shown shows John doing absolutely nothing menacing, not pointing the gun, doing none of the things that 911 caller indicated.
Wright indicated he would like to see the rest of the video. He says only select portions were shown.
You just saw him standing, talking on the phone, and the next frame he's laying on the ground.
At 6 o'clock, we will tell you what else Michael Wright is demanding from Attorney General Mike DeWine. Marsha Bonhart, 2 News, working for you.
All right, so you guys just watched the news clip, and they have not released the video out to the public. From everything that they're saying is that this man was there. He wasn't causing any issues. None of the shoppers were distressed. He had got the pellet gun, which looks like a toy. It's not even black. It's like gray and, multicolored or whatever, from the toy section. So what I found out from reading other news sites, the person who called 911 on John Crawford, he is a Marine. So it just leads me to a lot of questions. A lot of things are just not sitting well with me with this story. One, the Marines are the best of the best. They're better than the Army guys. They're better than the Navies. Nobody's like the Marines. So somebody please explain to me. I know I'm not I'm not a gun expert, okay? But I don't understand how a Marine cannot tell the difference between a real gun and an airsoft gun. Something that's fake in the toy department. And then why would this Marine call 911 and say that this man was waving the gun around, he was scaring people, he was doing all this and that? And then from the video that the family and the attorneys watched, they're saying he wasn't doing anything. He was literally standing there on the phone talking to his baby's mother. This is really sad and scary that people can just call the police and just say anything, and then the police will believe it wholeheartedly and come to the scene, ready to shoot. I mean, this is really, really frightening, because you have a lot of sick people out here who just like to play with 911. And it's like, this guy's a Marine, so it makes me give him the side eye. Like, did you call the police on purpose? Was this some type of racial issue? You know, why did you call the police and say this when the video clearly shows that this man was not waving the gun around, and anyone with common sense could tell that that was a toy and not a real AR-15 or whatever they're trying to say that the gun was. You know, and then what I'm also finding out is that in Ohio, it's an open and carry state, so you can have a gun on you. So, you know, I lived in North Carolina for like 10 years, and I would always be in stores and restaurants, and it was normal. You would see people come in there with their gun on their hip, or you would see people with guns in their cars. It's an open and carry state. You can have your gun on you, and it's not a big deal. When I first moved down south, I used to get nervous because you'd have people coming right up to you, talking to you, and they had their gun right here, their, you know, 9mm, and I'm like, what the hell? Why is this man carrying a gun, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of Bojangles? You know, but once, you know, I live down south, you get used to people just having their guns on them. So I don't understand, if this is an open and carry state, you know, it's not like New York or Chicago where guns are supposedly banned. Why would they not ask questions first? Why would they be so quick to assume that this man is threatening people or that he posed a threat, as opposed to finding out the situation? You know, I mean, if that's the case, by that logic, should they shoot everyone that they see walking around the state of Ohio with an open and carry concealed license with their gun showing? Like, I don't understand that mentality. It's almost like whenever it comes to black males, it's shoot first and then sort out the, you know, the rest of the story later. You know, ask questions later, sort it all out later on. But now it's too late because that person is dead. You know, this is a 22-year-old man, and just looking at this picture, he looks goofy as hell. He looks like a jokester. He looks like somebody, like one of my homeboys, like just silly. You know, he's probably walking around with the gun, like, you know what I'm saying, like, check out my gun. You know, like, I don't understand that. It's like you got these dudes in New York pranking people and harassing people, and nothing happens to them. They're not arrested for harassment, nothing. But a guy's literally on the phone in the middle of Walmart talking to his baby's mother with a damn airsoft gun, and he gets blasted away. You know, 22 years, he's a father, down the drain, just like that. You know, it's sad that I'm getting so many stories sent to me where it's making me feel like, damn, I don't want to feel like all police are bad, because I know there are some decent police officers. I have police officers who subscribe to my videos and who support me. But it's like, damn, okay, it's not all of y'all, but it seems like it's a majority of y'all that are just bugging. You know, I don't understand all these stories that I'm getting sent, and it's just like, you know, I had a woman today send me a video where she's crying because her and her sons, they were harassed by the police down in Arkansas. You know, she had a taillight out, and they literally, you know, went off on them, and it was just crazy. It's almost like people of color are not being treated as human beings. You know, we're automatically being seen as the enemy, and it's just sad. You know, I feel very, very bad for this young man's family. He was a father, his baby's mother. I couldn't imagine talking to my baby's father on the phone and hearing something like that go down. You know, I feel very bad for her. That has to be very traumatic. You know, but the whole situation is just not sitting well with me. I hope they end up releasing the tape to the public so we can watch it for ourselves. You know, it's cool to hear y'all talk about it, but we want to see that shit for ourselves. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation concerning John Crawford. How do you feel about what the police did? And then how do you feel about the 911 caller? Because like I said, it's come out that he's a Marine. So, you know, I just feel like, you know, was this on purpose? Was he trying to be funny? Was he just trying to start trouble? And it kind of spiraled out of control? I don't understand why he called on a toy gun. So leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this story that's coming out of outrageous ass Ohio. All right. Deuces.